advocacy, sickle cell advocacy, can cover the whole world.
How far with advocacy, and how many districts have you worked in to ensure advocacy for sickle cell warriors? And how many sickle cell warriors do you have in your registration for viewers at Google Data Vision to know about?
Okay, for now we have 60,000 registered sickle cell warriors.
With the organization?
With our organization.
60,000?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And we've covered more than 15 districts of Uganda.
Where are your main areas of operation?
Which is a drop in the ocean.
Drop in the ocean.
Yeah, so
and you've so far just said 60,000.
Yes, and I'm urging for everyone who is looking at us, who is listening to us, to actually make sure utilize the programs of Uganda Sickle Cell Rescue Foundation. One of the foremost is that we offer free sickle cell screening to the general public every last Wednesday of the month. So we welcome everyone. We talk to you. We offer sickle cell management skills that you can do at home before you can be able to access the doctor, before you can be able to access the medical care at any healthy facility in this country.
What drives your passion to be a sickle cell advocate?
Okay, thank you.
How long have you been an advocate for sickle cell?
I've been an advocate for sickle cell for 7 years. And I started this immediately when I was in my 3rd year at the university, Makerere University. And what drives me is, one, it's been a very touching situation that I even thought I would never get people closer to me to talk to me about this condition, because one of my own guardians had a sickle cell child, a boy child, who was 7 years, and he was unable to access school. He was always in pain, and kind of that situation touched the whole family. Me in particular, I was almost unable to complete my course at Makerere. Why? Because my guardian was the one paying for my tuition. So it was a hard time for us, the whole family, that most of the funds were actually collected to care. And at the very hardest time was when he went into the ICU. And this is when I was actually going for my final exams. And I was supposed to pay 60%. As you know, Makerere, you have to pay 60% of the tuition to be able to do the final exams. So I was in a very shattered moment, yet my niece is actually having condition, is in ICU. I have to do my final exams, but the touching moment is that we lost him.
Very sad.
Very sad. So we kept strong in that kind of depression, but at the end of it all, I landed on a savior, who is Uganda Sickle Cell Rescue Foundation. They took me on as a volunteer. I screened myself. Fortunately, I was okay. I was AA. I didn't have any gene of sickle cell, but it drove my passion towards talking about this issue, towards talking about and encouraging more other families out there. Being that I have been trained sickle cell advocate under the Bachelor of Adult and Community Education, where I have to touch the lives of the community in all spheres. So it was a great opportunity for me. So that drives so much of my compassion to palliative care as an added advantage. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that touching story. And for those who just joined us from Google Data Vision, you're live at Makerere Gospel Church on Sapporo Kagwa Road. And this is Health and Beauty program. You can go ahead and follow us on social media platforms on X, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. And of course, you follow other Christian programs that are very, very important for your spiritual life and to nourish your soul. Remember, here we are treating your body, but the spirit and the mind is treated by God. And the overall well-being is Christ-like. And of course, we want to thank you for loving Good Data Vision and inspiring you to come closer to us and always watch us. Now, we are still having Madame Eunice. She's sharing us with her touching story about the guardian whom she lived with for a quite long time, who was taking care of her, and her niece had sickle cell, and unfortunately he passed on. Madam Eunice, so what are some of the good stories or lessons, like 3 of them, you would share to the public before we bring in a sickle cell warrior to tell us her lifestyle?
Thank you so much. The first and foremost is that I've tried my level best with the help of the directors at Uganda Sickle Cell Rescue Foundation to make sure we are the trumpets of the hopeful message, of the compassionate palliative care management to the sickle cell warriors. We try to make sure we print out the different encouraging messages in the different healthy facilities that we work with. And to add on is that this organization is actually working passionately under the supervision of the Ministry of Health. So when you work with us, it is definitely a tick, and we are a confirmed organization. Secondly is that I've tried to make sure that I come up with the different youthful groups of sickle cell warriors, regardless of the tribe, color, and the origin of where you're from in the districts of Uganda. So we make sure we have the days when we come together, chat.
Away from the messages and the sickle cell screening, testing, and whatever you're doing as your organization together with the MIH, what are some other incentives do you give to the sickle cell warriors to help them keep the energy and the positive power? Do you offer scholarships to them? What do you offer actually to them?
Okay, thank you. Kamara, as an opportunity, when you call us here, this is a very huge platform for us and for the warriors to actually amplify their voices to the general public on what they go through. And we so much appreciate the public, the Rotary clubs, the BMK, the Hotel Africana, the roofing team. They provide to our warriors safe drinking water on a daily at the sickle cell clinic in Mulago. We really so much appreciate that. Secondly, we appreciate also Namasuba College of Commerce. It has offered us 50 chances of our warriors to be admitted at Namasuba College of Commerce, 50% of scholarship. Come do your own course that you feel you're comfortable with. The hands-on, the saloon bit of it, you know, you can learn how to account for books, all sorts of that. And we appreciate the director. He gave us 50% off. And these are the opportunities that most of our warriors out there may not know. So we appreciate such a time at Google TV to actually amplify more of our programs, and we encourage more of our warriors out there to please come and get involved in this and be a youthful, profitable sickle cell warrior to yourself. Amazing,
amazing. What's your strategic plan for the next year or for the next 5 years for the sickle cell warriors who live here in Uganda?
Thank you.
Do you have warriors outside the country?
We do have warriors outside the country. As an organization, we are in good books of relations with other sister countries like Tanzania. Like of recent, we've been with our sister organization in Kenya, Journeys by Grace in Milongo County. And then we have other people that support us also, that are warriors advocates in the US and in the UK. Madam Agatha, she supports us so heavily with the record management book that we offer to the warriors at the clinic. I'm sure parents watching us, you've already utilized those books. So we are all over the world, and we want to put this message to everyone out there. And the further fact is, we offer free screening to everyone, every last Wednesday of the month. We call upon everyone, please come up, do a test. And the fact that this is an international awareness month of sickle cell worldwide, this is a great opportunity for us, Kamara.
Okay.
And the Google TV, we are so grateful for that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mentor. That was an excellent remark, actually, from the program officer for the Uganda Sickle Cell Rescue Foundation, which is an umbrella organization that brings together people who live with sickle cell condition here in the country, Uganda. We're going for a short, quick break, but when we return, we shall bring a warrior who will discuss with us her lifestyle and her lifetime living with the sickle cell disease. See you shortly.
Good Day TV, transforming your life.
Bakola bulungi emirimu gyabwe miyonjo genuine estate yagala ettaka okutalinkayana yadde ennyombo genuine estate genuine estate.
Oyagala ennyumba ey'ekirooto kyo, factory oba z'abapangisa, faamu yakulimirako oba yakulundirako, kyogere tukikuwe n'ekyapa mu ngalo. Tulina ettaka mu bibuga n'ebweru w'ebibuga. Ffe wano ku Genuine Estates Uganda Limited tupima amataka n'okuba pulaani z'amayumba. Tusangibwa mu tawuni y'e Wakiso ku Genuine House, Hoima Road. Tufune ku 039 oba 0759955526. Tukolere wamu oganyirwa kinene.
In the neighborhood, near stagnant water and mosquito breeding sites, malaria lurks, always waiting to strike. But fear not, for here comes Mr. Vaxa, the ultimate protector against malaria. For years, malaria has been one of the biggest threats to children under 5, making them weak and even putting their lives at risk. But now, the government is introducing a new solution, the malaria vaccine. The malaria vaccine is now in the routine immunization schedule. The malaria vaccine is administered in 4 doses at 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, and 18 months. This vaccine will provide extra protection against severe malaria. And don't forget, routine immunization protects children from many deadly diseases. Every vaccine matters. Visit the nearest health facility for routine immunization services today. Mr. Vaxa, the malaria vaccine is free, safe, and ready to protect our children. Will you join the fight and complete all 4 doses? For more information, call the Ministry of Health on 0800 100 066. This message is brought to you by the
Good Day TV, transforming your life.
Once again, you are most welcome for a short quick break. We believe that in a break you're able to take some water, some glass of juice, and of course now you are able to come once again on a station to watch this important health and beauty program that is every single Wednesday 8 to 9 p.m. with me, Kamara Daniel. And of course now, I just like I promised, I'll bring to you a nice warrior. She's a beautiful girl here. She's called Katsume Tracy. How old are you, Tracy?
I'm 23 years. 23
years. Ah, you lived a good life. And of course, Tracy will be sharing with us her life story. What did it feel like when she was told she had sickle cell, to herself, to her family, and of course, how she has maneuvered this lifestyle. She'll be mixing up Ugandan and English so that we can capture all both sides. Tracy.
Yes, please.
Please greet our viewers who are watching you live in Google Data Vision, and of course, we begin off.
Good afternoon, viewers. Musibi Mtia Mwinabalaba Google Data TV. Thank you for tuning in.
Okay. Your names?
My name is Tracy Katusime. I'm a teacher and I'm a warrior. I'm a sickle cell warrior, aged 23 years.
Katutandi Kirao, how do you feel, or how did you feel by the day of your diagnosis?
I was a lucky one. I got diagnosed when I was 7 years. Many get diagnosed earlier. So they told my parents I had sickle cells when I was 7 years. And my parents told me when I was 8 years.
How did I get to know? Life was different, because out of the blue I started falling sick. I started getting admitted, so they had to take me to my mother's family doctor, and the late Dr. Chinji is the one who told my parents to take me to the Mulago Sickle Cell Clinic. By then, so they took me to Mulago, and then they told my parents I have sickle cell disease. It was very difficult for them. It was very difficult time for both families, my mother's family and my dad's family, because surprisingly we are the only warriors. I'm the first one and my sister is the second one in both families. So my mother's family used to say Enotebirio, even the other ones Enotebirio, because of that.
So they would clash,
Yes.
and now you've been the middle one.
Yes. And even up to now, most of them think we are the very unlucky ones, because still up to now we are the only warriors in the clan, in both clans. They've never gotten any other chance of getting other warriors, and we are very thankful because we've done the advocacy work. I personally have made sure we test all our family members, and most of them have come out warriors. And when they turn out when they turn out to be carriers, they're very surprised. Oh, why am I a carrier? I thought Enotebidi. So after the clashing, the quarreling, and then they sat on the one table and they decided to take care of me. By then I was alone because I'm my parents' firstborn. I've grown up in the Mulago Sickle Cell Clinic ever since I was 7. I'm now 23 years. I've gone through only those doctors from that time. Time came, I was in primary 4. It now comes to me that is when I had AVN, but those days most of the doctors had not yet been educated about sickle cells very well. So I just kept on getting a lot of pain in my left leg, and it was very painful. I remember I did not even do my third term exams, so we had to go to Dr. Ndugwa every day and come back home and go and come back home. So he sent us to Mulago, and then they gave me clutches. That is the first time I got clutches. So it was very hard for me. My school was Makinde Junior School. It was a flat, so they did not have the ramp. So I had to first stay home until my time of using clutches gets over. So I stayed home like for a month, and thank God the holidays came. So after that, my leg got fine. I stopped the
young girl and the clutches.
You know, like a stigma. No, at that time I felt like a stigma because I even left school for that 1 month and had to be home because of the clutches. And then our neighbors used to be like, "Why are you not at school? Why do you have the clutches?" And then my mom used to lie them. She got an accident. She could not tell them the truth that maybe my child has sickle cells, and this is why she's having the clutches. Faithfully, we thank God, I stopped using the clutches, and then P5, P6, P7 I passed. I got 10 in P7. I now went to secondary. I went to St. Peter's. They get me a school. No, St. Peter's in Zambia. So they get me a school, and then again I get the AVN. So the leg, I remember it started with MDD. I was a very short girl in school, and then they were like, "Yeah, you're short one, come and we dance MDD." So out of the blue, I started getting the pain in the same left leg. So they were like, I didn't notice it. I used to just go thinking it is normal pain, only to do an x-ray and it is still AVN. So they gave me clutches for the second time. And they gave me clutches this time since I was in
What's
second.
AVN full?
A doctor will help us. Me, I know it in short.
Okay.
But it is a condition that happens in sickle cells. Mainly we get crises like the red blood cells sickle in the joints, in the pelvic joints, in the hip, mainly we call it the hip. So that too much sickling can cause a blockage in that hip. So those cells there, they die. That is the first reason. Then the other thing is sometimes you get too fat. The upper body part is very fat. Then the bones are small to hold the upper body part. So still you can get the AVN. So I got it the second time in, how do you know AVN? Limping. I think you've seen many warriors limping. So that is the first sign. So I got the limping again when I was in senior 1, and then my school, they were very understanding, because the first thing my mom does when I go to a school, she tells them my child has sickle cells. They don't beat her, they don't stress her. If she's sick, please call me. My mom refuses our school nurses to give us medication, like the first aid, because she says, "You don't even know what you're treating. Just call me, I take them to Mulago." So they had understood me and they had loved me. I remember what helped me was they even refused me to go to the school line. So they used to give me teachers' food in the in the library.
Well, that was good.
It was very good of them. It is one thing that helped me accept that I'm now using clutches, because I knew, okay, I'm now getting the benefits. I remember the whole of the years.
Trust me, benefits of using clutches.
Yes, I remember the whole of the time I used the clutches. I didn't carry my bag because literally they were preventing the heaviness of the upper part not to be on one bone. So they used not to allow me carry my bag. I used to leave my bag at the school gate. And in the morning, I just go home. My border guy picks me, takes me home. In the morning, I go to the school gate, pack my books. My timetable was in the scaries, that car room that they put at the gate.
Wow.
So my school was very supportive. I think it is one thing that helped me not face stigma in my school life. I think I've just gotten stigma after while working, but during my school life, I cannot say that I was stigmatized.
How many were you in class in your secondary time?
We were very many. We were like 80 in my stream.
Wow. In one stream?
Yes.
Okay.
So I remember
that was senior 2 when
yes,
you got again again.
No, I got it in senior 1 third term. I used my clutches for the third term, the whole of senior 2, and I think in
using clutches even the whole of senior 2.
Yes.
The whole year.
Yes. So I used it for a whole year and 3 months. And then we thank God again in senior 3, like in April, I stopped using the clutches. We did an extra and then I could still walk well on my legs. So I stopped using the clutches, I kept them.
So now the people felt happy at school?
They were very happy, but they were scared. What if it happens again? You would have stayed using the clutches. So I'm
sorry, I am laughing because this is more of a testimony.
So personally, at school, my school life was very supportive. And it is one thing that I'm implementing as a teacher. That is, those teachers made me love teaching because they were very supportive to me. Basically, if it wasn't that school, I was going to get traumatized. I've seen very many people that are tortured at school because of having sickle cells. I know a friend, they just, because the school said, we cannot manage this child. So I kept on getting the pains, going to hospital, but my school class teacher used to call my mom, how is she? Should we keep the papers for her? So basically, my school life with sickle cells was a good life. I won't lie.
Wow.
It was very good. So I happened to go for senior 4 and I get a crisis. I always get crises before doing my exams.
I think it's because of the stress.
Yes, the stress. And then they got me my invigilator. They still helped me. They gave me my other extra minutes to complete my paper because I had a cannula on my right hand. Then now this fateful day comes. I'm now in senior 5. I get the crisis.
You even did A level?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So I get this crisis that lasts for like 6 months.
My goodness.
I got this crisis in March. No more crisis. You just feel like my leg is paining. I go to the school nurse. She gives me the normal medication. Out of the blue, the pain is increasing. The pain is increasing. Within 6 hours, the pain that was on a scale of 2, it was already at the scale of 9. They call my mom. They take me to Nsambya Hospital. Remember, it is opposite. And that, I think that is the worst day of my life.
Oh dear.
Like, that is when I realized, okay, now this is what they call sickle cells. People talk about sickle cells differently, but that is when I understood what sickle cells was. I had to leave school. I was a bright student, but that thing traumatized me. I had to leave school. And I'd be home. I used to go to hospital. You go to Mulago, come back home. Remember, our sickle cell clinic does not admit you at night. They either take you to the emergency. And then emergency, there are very many people there, so you can get other infections on top of what you're treating. So for us, what we opt for, we go home and come back in the morning. Go home and come back in the morning. In case there is night medication, we get it, unless otherwise. So life was like that, and then I had to first get out of school for those 6 months. That is when I understood that, yes, sickle cells are luma, dala. That is when the time I got a leg ulcer for the first time. You know when you're in HSC, there is a way you feel like you've grown up, and then now you have a leg ulcer, you can't put on your stockings. It was traumatizing.
Tracy, your story is indeed inspirational. Get back to what you're doing so that you can live healthy. What is your call to for the warriors outside there? And how are you living now as a teacher and a person who has sickle cell?
Okay, just to link up that to my story.
Please do.
I in senior 4, my VAC, I decided to volunteer in Mulago Sickle Cell Clinic because I met a lady called Ruth Nankanja. She was an old sickle cell warrior. She kept on telling us, I take 3 liters every day. So I was like, wait a minute. If you take 3 liters every day, you can live. I went home, I preached the gospel.
Of taking water.
From that day, I take 3 liters every day.
Wow.
If I'm going to move, sometimes you feel like you don't want to move with a big water bottle. I take my ORS in the morning. I take 1 liter of ORS in the morning so that my body keeps on being regulated even without this water bottle. Then even when I go back home in the evening, I still take my water to maintain my 3 liters. Then in senior 5 is when my doctors told me about hydroxyurea. We have been hearing about the drug, but we were resistant in the beginning.
Because it was very expensive.
Yes, it was very expensive. My parents couldn't afford it. And then even this propaganda that it treats only those of cancer. You can get cancer after using it. So a lot was happening. But after getting that crisis, my doctors convinced me to start using hydroxyurea. And trust me, I'm one person who has never deteriorated from the time I started using hydroxyurea. Like, it is one drug that I think I respect and I love so much because of the wonders it has done in my life.
Wow.
Literally, hydroxyurea. If I start talking about hydroxyurea,
you don't need to talk about it. Now, tell us, how do you cope up with sickle cell now, and what is your call to the warriors, call to the public, call to the government, as we intend to wind up this program?
After everything, I grew up and became a teacher, and I cope up with sickle cell.
Go ahead.
I cope up with sickle cell because I prefer doing the home care before I go for the medical care.
Okay.
Though I urge all warriors to go to hospital, but always remember one thing, that your kitchen is the best place you can get the better medication. Take your food, take your home food, avoid the junk food, avoid the sodas. Be healthy, eat healthy, don't stress yourself, and always remember your sickle cell triggers. That is, as a warrior, understand your sickle cell triggers, because different triggers, we all have different triggers. Stress can trigger my crises, but some people stress, they know how to manage their stress. Yes, and they do not get crises after being stressed. Yet coldness affects the triggers their crises.
And so much.
So the moment you understand your triggers, you live a healthy sickle cell life. Take your medication every day. And for the government, all I can request is please provide the medication for us. We are adhering to the drugs, but they are not in the hospitals.
It's expensive.
And it is very expensive. Today, 1 capsule is 1,500. I take 2 every day. That is 3,000. We are 2 in the family. We both take 2 every day. That means that is 6,000 per day. How much am I earning to remove 6,000 every day? So we are requesting, we take the drugs, but please make them available for us. Or they can even make a static price. For example, the HIV drugs are not bought. They can say that let every pharmacy sell this drug at 500 shillings. We shall collect the money and we shall buy the drugs.
Thank you so much, Tracy Katsime, for sharing your inspiring testimony and the lifestyle for you have lived with sickle cell for all this time, and for being brave and sharing your testimony to the Ugandans. And of course, this program airs every single Wednesday at 9 p.m. I am Kamara Daniel. I want to thank you. See you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Good Day TV, transforming your life. Tosubwa ku Google TV.
Tulina bannaffe mu byobufuzi be tukola nabo n'ab'ebibiina ebirala kye baasooka okukola kugamba nti bo Mwami Museveni tabeeranga mukulembeze waabwe.
226 akubye koodi era bannabyabufuzi buli omu awera.
Webanga waliwo ekyenjawulo kyeyagala tukole tolinda gavumenti ndala kugigamba buulira ffe abalimu.
Emboozi ya Emmanuel Dombo omwogezi w'ekibiina ki NRM gye tukuleetedde.
Naye ng'ate Mwami Museveni newankubadde ng'agenda mu kuvuganya alina obuvunaanyizibwa obw'enkomeredde okukuuma bannayuganda nga balamu n'okuwa ebiragiro banne bavuganya nabyo nabo be balina okugondera.
Omulabi wa Good TV tosubwa Mande eno ennaku z'omwezi nga 22 essaawa 2 ez'okumakya.
Era ekiseera ekyo bwe kirituuka bannayuganda balifuna omukisa ogukyusa ku bukulembeze.
Tosubwa ku Google TV. Tosubwa ku Google TV.
Bwe twogera ku bipya mu kulima n'okulunda tuba tugendereddemu okuleetera ennima eri ku mulembe okwawukana kw'eyenkadde.
Abantu b'e Masaka balunzi nnyo era be bantu abamu basinze okuyimirizaawo eggwanga lyaffe lino.
Obadde okimanyi nti waliyo ekika kya muwogo kye bayita kwata mu mpale?
Naye ebyo bikola ku kika kya muwogo ono gwe bayita kwata mu mpale.
Kwata mu mpale akula mpaka ku myaka 3. Ye abaffe bwe tugenda mu by'obulunzi bika bya binyonyi bimeka by'obadde omanyi ng'osobola obbirundira ewaka n'obijjamu ekigulira Magala Eddiba.
Netubeera n'embaata ziba tazipikini ez'ennyama n'okikuza mu myezi 4 kiba kitandise okubiika oba kiba kituuse okulya ennyama n'otunda. Abantu bagamba akatale k'embaata kazibu nga tokanoonyeza.
Bino n'ebirala bye bimu ku ebyo bye tukuleetedde era bye twakuŋŋaanyiriza okuva mu mwoleso gw'abalimi awamu n'abalunzi ogwa Poweesa mu kibuga Masaka era bye tugenda okutuusaako ku lwokuna lwa Sabbiiti eno mu pulogulaamu yaffe ey'ebipya mu kulima n'okulunda. Ssaawa 3 ezennyini ez'ekiro togisubwa.
It's that time of the year again for all people of God and worship lovers all over the country to come through this October and worship with the anointed Kwesi Godfrey. Live in the Mujeto Cisse, happening on Saturday, 4th October at Hotel Africana. Doors open at 4 p.m. for 30k deluxe, 50k gold, 100k platinum, and 2 million for a table. Ticket selling points are House of Rest, unique uniforms, and Total Petrol Station along Mukono Highway. To book your ticket, call 0760